Here we are in step number 8 of the invisible part sew-in hairstyle. In this step, I will show you how to take down and remove your hair extensions. Taking down your hair extensions is an easy process. You simply want to start from the top of your head and work your way down. You will use your scissors to cut off any visible thread or knots from your style. To begin taking down your extensions, you always want to start from the top of your head and work your way down. Simply put, the last thing that you sewed onto your head, you're going to remove that first. By removing the closure piece from the top of your head, this allows you to see the rest of the thread to be able to snip and cut as you work your way down. If you simply start where you began sewing your extensions and try to work your way up, a lot of the hair that's up top will get in your way constantly. So to make things easier, start where you left off by removing the closure piece. To remove the closure piece, you simply want to make sure to use your fingers to dig through around your closure piece to remove the hair out of the way. So I'm just using my hands just to loosen the hair up and move it out and around from where I sewed my closure piece on. So with my scissors in hand, I'm only going to snip any visible thread that I see. You cannot see any thread. Make sure to use a mirror to help you see. So now I'm just gonna peel the hair back and just tug it slightly just to release any thread for me to cut. So now that I've found some thread, I'm gonna open my scissors, feed it underneath only surrounding thread and snip. Now you will not get this whole closure piece off in one snip. You want to go a little bit at a time to make sure you do not cut any of your hair or any cap. You only want to cut any visible thread. So lift the closure piece around until you can clearly see some visible thread, and then you are going to trim. Now your closure piece is removed, and now you have more of your weft exposed to cut off any knots along your track piece and any string as well. So now you want to go ahead and find your nearest piece that you can cut off, which will be these individual pieces on our actual invisible part closure. I'm going to start at the top and cut off any knots, like a knot you see here, or any visible thread along the top. When cutting your extensions, you want to make sure to take your time. If you cut your hair, you've cut your hair. You want to make sure that you are only cutting visible thread that you see. If you cannot see visible thread, lift the piece up, move it around so you will only cut your thread. So now here's a knot on the outside here on top of the weft, and I will simply just cut that off. And there's your braid still intact. Continue to cut off any knots or visible thread on the pieces of your weft until all your hair has been taken down. When you start taking down your wig cap, you will simply cut off any thread or knots that's on your wig cap. Now that you have finished removing all of your individual pieces of extensions that actually formed your invisible part, we're going to start taking down the rest of our extensions, and I will start on the left side of my head. So you simply want to cut any knots or thread that you see on your extensions. So now starting here, I'm just going to cut this knot. Then I'm going to continue to work my way up and trim off any knots or thread that I see. So as you can see, I skipped this portion just a little bit because it's a little hard for me to see exactly where my thread is. So what you can do is skip it and just continue to take down the rest of your tracks. You don't want to accidentally cut your hair out of frustration because you can't take down a particular piece. So continue to cut any visible thread or knots along the way of your extensions to remove all of your hair. After you are done removing your extensions, the same process applies with also removing your wig cap. Now that you have removed all of your hair extensions, you are going to do the same process you have been doing the entire time. You're going to focus on your cap and the strings and knot that stick out of your cap, and you're simply going to carefully take your scissors and snip the visible thread that you see. So right now I will start here at the beginning of my cap with my string here, and I'm just going to simply snip it off. So now I'm going to pull up a little bit of thread, and sometimes it just slips out. Some pieces actually can slide out, or you could simply take it down with your fingers as well. So for example, you take your scissors and you're going to cut the string and continue to cut the knots on top of your cap as you work your way around. In this step, I showed you how to take down and remove your hair extensions from your style. When you are taking down your extensions, remember to only cut any visible thread or knots that you see. Also, you will be doing the same thing with your wig cap as you remove that as well. So that wraps it up for the sew-in invisible part hairstyle. Be sure to check out our videos, blogs, and online store at howtoblackhair.com. Thanks for watching.